Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another video. This time we will be going over Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains episode 18 and 19 summaries. These summaries have just come out, or they came out a few hours ago for 18 and 19. They were very brief when they did come out, but we also just got the cast list and a much longer summary for episode 18, which I will be going over with you in just a bit. So before I begin, a big thank you, as always, to DMC for translating these. I apologize that I have not uploaded in about a week. It's been, I think, 6 days exactly. But the uploading should go back to normal. It's just training has been very, very brutal. Today is the last day of move-in. I'm on my lunch break while recording this. I will be more active in the comments section on this video, so I cannot wait to hear your thoughts about what is going to be a pretty big climax episode, I think. This is going to be almost, we're getting near, it feels like, the end of a major arc. It feels like we're getting near of the arc where, obviously, all we know right now is that Yusaku wants to find out his lost memories and wants to, find out what happened in the past. And it seems like we are going to find out as the viewer exactly what happened in the past within the next month or so. So, before I bore you guys anymore, here are the brief summaries we got for 18 and 19. Episode 18, The Scars of the Soul. Driven by his desire for revenge, Playmaker decides to settle his score with a duel, shrugging off Akira's attempts to stop him. Episode 19, The Incident Buried in the Darkness. As the fierce battle rages on, Akira starts talking about the incident 10 years ago. At last, Yusaku's past is finally unveiled. So that right there pretty much tells us that Yusaku is going to find out his past literally in about 3 weeks' time, in about 22 days, which is a really, really exciting prospect. Because up until now, well, actually, before I really get into my details, let me read you the longer summary we have of 18 and the cast list. So the longer summary for 18, when Playmaker reaches Soul's databank, he runs into Akira. Akira tries to stop the vengeful Playmaker, but Playmaker wouldn't listen to him. In order to settle his score, Playmaker decides to duel Akira. So this is where it pretty much got confirmed that he will be dueling Akira, because it was kind of unclear in the first two summaries. Thus, a battle begins in the databank where the truth behind the incident is concealed, and the cast list is what you'd expect. Yusaku, Ignis, Kusanagi, Aoi, Emma, Akira, Kitamura, and the prototype AI duelist, along with extras, and Yoshida is back to writing the script. I don't think he's scripting tomorrow's episode, but he's back writing, obviously, for what's going to be a very important duel, and it honestly, this duel feels like almost the level of Playmaker Revolver, not with the same amount of hype, because obviously a lot of us consider Revolver to be Playmaker's main rival, and none of us really knew if Akira would even duel. Those are the two questions. Does Akira duel? Does Kusanagi duel? We haven't even seen Kusanagi go into Link VRains, but Akira is going to be dueling, and I'm very excited to find out what kind of, deck he runs, what kind of cards he runs. If that gets revealed in this week's V-Jump, or not V-Jump, in this week's Weekly Jump, I'll be doing a quick video discussing that if his archetype gets revealed, because usually the Weekly Jump previews next week's episode, and I think that comes out Thursday morning. So that'll be really cool. And you guys let me know what kind of archetypes you'd like to see, but I'm excited that Akira is dueling. Here's where things become very gray, though, for me. Why is Akira trying to prevent Playmaker from finding out his lost memories? We know as of now that Akira has no idea what happened in the past, right? When Revolver brought up that incident, he was like, incident 10 years ago. He had no idea what's going on. In fact, right now, his main motivation is to find out what happened 10 years ago. So the only thing I can think of here is if he's going to do maybe another 180, right? Because a lot of us thought Akira was going to be maybe the main bastard behind everything, maybe one of the main villains in the beginning of the show. That didn't come to fruition. After a few episodes, that kind of got debunked. We learned he was a nice guy and just maybe was a little rough around the edges. But now he's got to find out in tomorrow's episode, or at the very beginning of this episode, what happened in the past. And whatever he finds out, it has to be enough to get him to turn sides again, right? Because right now he's pretty much, I wouldn't say he's against Soul Tech, but I definitely would kind of play devil's advocate that he's against Soul Tech at the moment. I know he's still employed there, but he got demoted. He's going with Emma into the bank. Now, yes, he was kind of a little iffy about Emma giving the data to Playmaker, but he wants to find out the incident, so much so that he actually left his job early, I believe it was 14 or 15, because he was so stressed out and was so frustrated with himself that he was unable to figure out what was going on. So whatever he finds out here, it's either going to put him back on Soul Technology's side, or it's going to be so horrific that he does not want Playmaker to find out because he thinks Playmaker would be better off just never finding out the truth. Or maybe it involves his sister, and because his sister is in the vicinity, he doesn't want to let his sister know what happened. because maybe he feels guilty that he's been working for this company that took away his parents' lives. But then again, if it was something like that, if this company did maliciously take out his parents, you would think that he'd be so angry, he'd be so frustrated, he'd be so pissed at this company that he wouldn't mind Playmaker finding out. So I don't know what the deal with Akira is right now, and I don't know what the heck this incident is 10 years ago. I think that's going to be very, very interesting. And based on the 19 summary, we are going to find out. Yusaku's past is finally unveiled. So within 20 episodes, this has been the main goal. And I'm honestly glad, because here's another thing. A lot of people have been saying, oh, this is moving really fast. The pacing has been a little questionable. But I'm honestly very glad, because right now everyone is revolving around Yusaku. And this is why we've had so many Yusaku duels. The main plot to this point has been Yusaku Fujiki finding out his lost memories. If he finds those lost memories, and there's another issue that occurs where now this group of characters who had their lives stolen away from them, or their childhood stolen away from them, or their parents killed, or whatever route they decide to go, now we have a group of people going after soul technologies. And all of a sudden, Yusaku is not the main focus. He's always going to be the main focus, but he's not the only focus, right? Up until now, you almost feel like he's been the only focus, and that's why he's dueled every single duel that, except this now Blue Angel AI duel that we're going to get in 17. But he's been involved in every single duel because he's just that important to the plot. Everything is revolving around him. Think about it. They're in this mother computer because of him, and think about how many characters he's dragged into this situation. So I think it's going to be something similar to when we saw the Crimson Dragon appear during Yusei and Jack's duel in the first tournament in around episode 25, where Aki and the twins were transported, or maybe not Leo, but I know Luna was there, where they were all transported and they saw the city being destroyed and they saw the Dark Signer glyphs, and that basically led to one of the greatest arcs in Yu-Gi-Oh history, at least in my opinion. And that's kind of what I think is going to happen. I didn't want this to be a situation where for 50 episodes Yusaku is trying to figure out his lost past. I wanted that to be solved rather quickly, and actually I'm kind of glad that it already is going to be solved, because we're going to know what happened to him, and when he knows what happened to him, you can easily write in any other character, right? If you say Go is one of the kids, if they decide to make Go one of the kids that Soul Tech targeted for whatever reason because their parents were involved in something, I don't know, they can really do whatever they want. Now all of a sudden, Go Onizuka is back into the storyline, and you can do that with really any character you want, and you can give all of these characters their own storylines and their own objectives and their own motivations, instead of everything revolving around Playmaker. So that's why I don't mind this at all. I actually am glad that it seems we are going to be getting these memories, these lost memories, sooner rather than later. The only thing that is going to be an interesting to keep an eye on is those 20, 21, and 22 summaries, because I imagine we'll get them very soon. We might only get the titles for those episodes, but, you know, as soon as we get information, I'll definitely bring them to you guys, because I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on it, and I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on this episode. And I haven't even talked about the Akira Yusaku duel that much. I don't think Akira has a chance, right? There's just, if Playmaker is going to recover his memories, there's no way he's going to lose, because if he loses, he's just going to be kicked out of the computer. And you also wonder what Kitamura is going to be doing, because Kitamura's prototypes are definitely going to fail unless one beats Aoi and something happens there, but I doubt that's going to happen. So I just wonder. Another interesting thing is no chess pieces are speaking. You think that at this point the chess pieces would be involved and would have some kind of say, or maybe they're just silently watching from the sides, and no Knights of Hanoi. There's no Knights of Hanoi. There's been no sign of Revolver since the duel, so they're regrouping. So they don't even know, to our knowledge at least, that this is going on, unless when the 19 cast list comes out or the 2021 summaries come out, all of a sudden they get thrown into the mix of things, which could very easily happen. So there's just a lot of dynamics to keep an eye on in these next couple of episodes, and I'm very, very excited for tomorrow's episode. I'm especially excited for 18 and 19. Cannot wait to see Akira Zaizen versus Playmaker. So anyway, guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. Cannot wait to talk to you. I'll be doing the review for 17 tomorrow, and tomorrow classes start, which is a good thing for me, because that means training and move-in day and all that stuff is over, which has been very, very stressful for me. So I definitely will be around a lot more, and I definitely will be more active in the comment section for this video than I have been on the past few videos. So anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.